Hey there, it's Kim Ball from DeliberateMovementLBC.com, and I'm here today to talk about foam rollers, okay? This cylindrical tubular piece of foam that I've been discussing a lot on my blog lately, and that I utilize, that I implement with my Badass Academy members on a daily basis, okay? Now, why am I talking about this? Why am I utilizing this? Why am I making a video? Well, I've had a lot of people asking for me to demonstrate how to use it, but why should we use it? Let me answer those questions first. There are a bunch of different reasons. Number one, let's say that you've been very active for a long amount of time, okay? And you're thinking, well, I've never used it before. Why should I use it now? Well, if you've been active for a long amount of time, sometimes what happens to the muscles is they get kind of fibrous. They get a little bit tense. They get kind of knotty, like rope. And this type of movement, this type of tool, where you are actually laying on it and putting your whole body weight on it and having the pressure of the foam roller push back up into those fibrous muscles, will really help to break up the fibrousness, the adhesions, okay, the tense muscles that you have, and make them a little more pliable, okay? Why don't we want the fibrous, tense, knotty muscles? Because when that happens, your movement will become restricted, okay? Muscles get tight, muscles get shortened, your movement of joints become restricted. When that happens, then you're going to start developing imbalances, compensations, dysfunctions in your movement, and that's going to lead to pain and injury, okay? So we're trying to be preventative here, all right? Now, let's go on the other side of the coin. Let's say that you haven't been active in a long time. Let's say that you've been sedentary your whole life and you're just starting to try and get an exercise program started, or maybe you're not. Either way, you've had a lot of sedentary postures that have been in postures for a very consistent amount of time that have probably made the fascia, so that layer over top of your muscles, stick and adhere to those muscles, okay? It's probably put you in postures that are very restricted. And we talked about restricted postures, restricted movement, not being very good for ultimately preventing injuries, even if it's just picking your feet up off the ground, or preventing pain. So if you have been sedentary, then it's a good way to help improve your posture, improve your movement. If you're starting a workout program, or you've been doing a workout program for a while, it's a good way to help you recover from that workout so that you can keep your movement quality and so that you can keep exercising at an intense level for the rest of your life, okay? So I'm going to stop talking about that right now, and this first part of the video, I'm just going to show some upper body foam roller movement. All right, let's get started with some upper body foam rolling movements. I have 3 of them for you, and I'm going to begin with the one that deals with this middle to upper part of your spine called the thoracic spine, okay? For almost every single adult in this day and age, that part of your spine tends to tighten up and get reduced mobility as we get older, okay? If you're very sedentary, then it gets worse. If you're supremely overactive and you're not working on the quality of your soft tissue, then it can get very tight as well, all right? But anyone can benefit from this very first thoracic spine foam rolling movement. Okay, so how I want you to set yourself up is you're going to lean against the foam roller, okay, and relax your head into your hands, all right? During any of these exercises, I don't want you to pull on your neck, and I don't want you to just let it hang there. Let it be supported in your hands, okay? And you're going to lift your butt up off the ground so that you're pushing your body weight into the foam roller. And the final thing I want you to do is put your elbows up to the ceiling, okay? So point your elbows up to the ceiling so that you can see the elbow this direction. Okay, so elbows up to the ceiling so that your shoulder blades can move out of the way and you can get to the meat of your back. And you're going to be using your legs to roll back and forth like this. Is that good? Move it out of the way. What I'm trying to do is, I'm trying to move from just below the base of my neck down to about the bottom of my rib cage, okay? You don't need to go onto your lower back. It's really not recommended. So just that upper to mid portion of your back, I am trying to relax and breathe. You probably heard me breathe. I'm trying to really let my body weight sink into the foam roller so that I can get as much pressure back up into my back with the foam roller, okay? So that's what that looks like. An extension of that is actually called the thoracic extension. So what you'll do is you'll set yourself up in the exact same way, okay? But this time you're not going to roll. You're going to leave your butt on the ground, leave the foam roller where it is, and you're just breathing in, exhaling, and wrapping your vertebrae around the foam roller. After about 3 seconds, you come back up, and do it again. And you notice that I'm not arching my back any more than that natural curve in my spine, okay? So once you do that, you can kind of scoop the roller up or down and continue with a different vertebrae or sets of vertebrae. It's going to hit a couple at a time. But you can move all the way up and down that thoracic region, okay? The final exercise is going to deal with this armpit and lat area, okay? A lot of your rotator cuff muscles come through the armpit. Your lats come through the armpit. The tricep muscle comes around the shoulder by the armpit. A lot of muscles. So what you're going to do is lay on your armpit. Bring that arm up ahead of you. And what I tell everyone is, I don't care what you do with your legs. Your legs are going to help you move back and forth. Okay, so in the beginning, you're going to be like, I don't know where to put them. That's okay. You'll get used to it. All right? So what you're doing is just using your legs to help you roll along that side of your body. Okay? Now, I'm doing this really easily because I have a couple years under my belt. But when I first began this, it killed, okay? Especially if you've been active, especially if you've got some muscle built up in there, especially if a lot of guys have that really tight, tense area that you don't even know you have. So if that's the case, the other side for you, then you can just roll up to a spot that's really tender and breathe. Try and hold it there. Try and dissipate the tension before you come back off, okay? You got to work up to it. We're really trying to chase the pain, which is not what you normally do in exercise. But this, we're trying to find the tension. We're trying to attack it. We're trying to dissipate it. It's not going to happen all at once. You have to kind of build this up, okay? So maybe you do it at the beginning of exercise every day for 30 seconds each movement, and do it at home when you're watching TV and you're trying to recover from exercise. All right, my friends, thanks for sticking around. Sorry this one was kind of long. That was part 1. Part 2 will be a lot quicker, I promise. See you there.